some practice with my highly modified Benelli M2 shotgun with this awesome paint scheme from Hawkeye Ordnance, but that's beside the fact. But it got me to thinking about something that I wanted to share with you. There's a little technique that I do that's a little different than how most people do it, and I thought I would share that with you. So with this being a Benelli M2, when you're shooting and the gun is empty, when you're shooting, pow, 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 and you run out of ammo, the bolt locks back, right? So the only way you can load this thing, because the shell catch will not move, you have to hit your bolt release. Now it'll move. Load your shells, and then I have to hit this button right here. This is a shell release. So let me just show you. So I'll load my round, right? The rounds are in there, but it doesn't matter how many times I pull my charging handle, the rounds will not go in the chamber. So you have to push this little button, the shell release. Now the shell, if you can see it, it's right there. It's just ready to go in. So now when you pull the bolt handle, the shell went inside the chamber. So this gun is hot now. And now it's not. So that's the process of loading an open bolt, or when the last shell was fired on a Benelli M2. You have to go through those steps. Now what most people do is they shot, they ran out of ammo, the bolt locked back, so they grab their quad load, they hit their bolt release, they load their shells, and then they push this button with their thumb, and then they come over and they load it. The only difference between this gun and the other guns, if you haven't noticed, is it's a left-handed charging handle setup. So it adds one more step that I would have to do, because otherwise when I'm like this, I push the button, I could just rack the bolt normally with a normal saw on this side. But for me, I have to roll the gun back over and then do it with my left hand. And this gun is hot again. And now it is not. So, I can't do that. I could not hit that button to save my life. So when I'm loading, and I hit that guy and I load that, I cannot reach back here and touch that shell release. I just can't do it. I miss it every time, or I'm super slow when I do it. And I even have an oversized shell release from Dissident Arms, but I still can't hit it. So what I do different is when I run out, I close the bolt, I load my shells, I flip the gun over and hit this with my trigger finger. I just stretch out a little bit, and then as I come up, I rack it with my left hand, which looks, you know, like this.
Hell yeah!
So that's what I do a little different, and I thought I would share it with you guys in case you all come across the same problem as I'm having, where you consistently miss this button. I hope this little tip helps, and just thought I'd share.